Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Heidi and Jamie at Head and Chick Studio, and we hope you are having a great holiday week.
I know. We're counting it down.
Absolutely.
The countdown to Christmas.
Countdown to Christmas. I was gonna say, and it really gets me in the mood. Even as I'm writing all of the emails to you guys, I start looking at and reminiscing at photos, and
she gets a little sidetracked.
I do. I get a little sidetracked, and then I have to tell about a story or a memory, and because I love all of that. Which is a lot of reasons why we start celebrating Christmas now. It's not that we're actually celebrating Christmas, but getting organized for Christmas.
Thinking ahead.
Because
there's many people like you that like to give gifts.
Yes.
And something made, homemade. It doesn't have to be a huge thing at all.
No, and that's exactly what I was just writing a little bit ago, is that there are quilts out there and different projects out there that you can afford to make from the time aspect.
Yep.
And so you're going to hear more about that tomorrow. But by all means, we're just having fun this week and really talking about
the countdown going.
So if you have not been paying attention, today's stocking stuffer special is fat quarters, fat quarter bundles, and individual fat quarters. There's two different ways to purchase.
Right. And Heidi, one of the questions is, what is a fat quarter? Because some people may not actually know what a fat quarter is.
That's right. So a fat quarter would be considered a specialty cut because we are, pre-cutting them for you. And a fat quarter is typically, you take a half a yard of fabric. So from my fingers here to my fingers here is 18 inches. And that's along the selvage. And then we basically slice that piece of fabric, that half yard, in half, and you end up with a fat quarter. So 18 by 21 is mathematically what we generally refer to a fat quarter as, although every fabric is different with the selvages and all of that.
Yes.
But that is what a fat quarter is. And so when we fold them up, it's like little candy.
They're like this. Our individual fat quarters, like little, what do you call it? Candy for quilters, right?
Candy for quilters.
They're easy to pick up. It's a fast little thing to add into a project. Pick up and coordinate as you go along.
Yep.
Just nice and
handy. So again, there's two ways that you can purchase fat quarters today, in bundles or individual. If you're doing individual, you're going to want to purchase the you pick. Literally type in the word you pick, meaning that you're going to pick out your fabrics at a time that is convenient for you, but you secure the price today.
Right.
And so, because we realize not everybody can come to the store. So if you purchase the you pick, then you will secure the price for a dozen fat quarters. You can buy as many increments of that as you want.
Okay. The second way that we offer fat quarters often is that we've taken them either by collection or coordinating them.
Yes. So like, for example, since we're talking about holiday stuff, here is a Halloween fat quarter bundle that we've put together. And what does it have? 8 fat quarters in it? Can't remember. And so we've tried to make it convenient for you that if you're like, I need something for Halloween, for example, maybe you're wanting to make this adorable new pattern from Atkinson called Making Mischief, and it calls for 6 fat quarters. So no, this is not a kit to make this.
But it jumpstarts your project.
And it allows you to have possibilities to play with, or maybe even to expand your own collection. So that is so this one would be 25% off today. Okay.
So the same thing happens. So we make them in all different sizes, depending. These happen to be 2 from a collection, where we've taken a collection of fabric that's come in and gone ahead and pre-cut fat quarters. Again, they can jumpstart any pattern or project.
Yep. Absolutely. So chocolate covered cherries, Noel, and if I did not say it, the coupon code is FQ, capital F, capital Q, no space, 25. It is good through midnight tonight only.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
You want it?
If you don't get it. Yep. If you see this video tomorrow, sorry. It's tonight through midnight.
Yep. So that's one way that we do it. And sometimes, again, this one's too cute.
Oh, yes. And we actually combined a couple fat quarters, fat quarter bundles like this to make a quilt that's really cute. But you can have kids fabrics, or let me show you. We got like this, the one in the middle, since I can't, the Color Harmony one, it would be a great stash builder. Like if you're a new quilter and you're not getting a lot of fabrics and variety, if that would be a good stash builder. And then the one on the right is part of the new house and home.
But let's talk about a stash builder or a jump start for a project.
Yep.
So this one, all coordinated. It's not necessarily
Yep.
all from the same collection. It's all coordinated. But then you can take in, and then this is your jump start to say, I've just grabbed a couple, Cascade,
Yep.
or even the Picnic, which we love both of these patterns. Again, these
Yep.
happen to be Cluck Cluck Sew.
So this one calls for, okay, how many do we have in here? We have 16. Oh, perfect. This Picnic lap size, 51 by 68 inches, calls for 16 assorted fat quarters. So literally, you add a background color to
Yep.
this, like imagine it with black
Oh yeah, that'd be
or
sharp.
a cream. I mean, you could go either way, and you've got a quilt.
Yep.
Okay, so
And the same thing with this. And it doesn't, it could be
Yep.
any one of these fat quarter bundles that you
right.
could
So like
build it
this
with.
one, the throw size requires 15 fat quarters, and then your background fabric. So again, you'd have one extra fat quarter, but a great way to jumpstart getting into those.
And we've had the question sometimes, like, why should I buy the fat quarter bundle? And I hope this is helping our friends that are watching understand
Yes.
the value of a fat quarter bundle for multiple levels, multiple reasons, from jump starting your stash to a
It's
project.
coordinated for you.
Yep.
It's coordinated. You don't have to think a thing about it. You know they're all going to go together. You can see how they go together. It helps you. You know you've got the variety of the fat quarters in there. Some people might say, why would you buy a fat quarter versus a straight quarter of a yard, which would be 9 inches by 42? Well, first of all, there are more and more patterns that are geared to cutting from a fat quarter. But also, like, if you need a slightly larger
Like
piece,
let's say I need a 10-inch square.
Correct. You
I
can't get
can't
that.
get that out of a quarter yard.
No,
Whereas a fat quarter I can.
absolutely. So there's even if you're looking at a pattern and it calls for 10-inch squares, you can get 2 10-inch squares out of a fat quarter.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to use it.
And I hope that helps them to understand why we tend to do a lot of fat quarters, even in our kits,
Correct.
to help. The
Correct.
patterns sometimes call for it, and sometimes it gives more variety.
Correct. So this is a kit. So it's not a fat quarter bundle, but this is a kit. But just to give you that idea that there are 16 fat quarters in it, plus then that we also have already included the pattern and the background. So we've added those extra things.
But we started with the fat.
But we started
quarters.
with fat quarters. And actually, the kit we're cutting today
It's starting with fat.
is starting with fat quarters. And in that particular case, the designer called for 22. There are 32 fat quarters in the pattern. And in this particular case, I felt that the designer was cutting it a little close.
It was very close because we would rather have extra,
a little
than
extra,
cut it
because
like,
if you make an error,
yeah.
you know,
well,
so
nobody ever makes an error.
no,
have we?
no, I'm sorry, no, we never make errors
Yes,
ever.
yeah, we know.
So 32 fat quarters might sound like a lot, but at the same time, to get the variety for the particular quilt that we're going to be,
And it gives you
a brand new
options.
kit. It's
It's
going to be
beautiful.
so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, and so yes, and here's another kit that started with fat quarters, and this is
a brand new
this
store
is
sample. We
yeah,
haven't even
brand
shown it
new.
yet.
Oh, God, we should maybe hold it up.
Should I hold it
This is the Countdown to Christmas, brand new Christmas collection, and the Elvira quilt kit, and it
Probably
is.
bigger than me.
This is one of those projects that I would say is doable for making as a gift and getting it done.
Yep. And
And it's an individual pattern from GE Quilt Designs.
Yep.
And so that is what we've got there. So a great quilt, starts with fat quarters. Awesome. And then what do we have? Oh, and here, we're gonna grab
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I gotta
How
be
can you-
careful. I gotta be careful because I don't want this to drop. It's got a glass in it. 2 fat quarters, and this pattern out of Let's Do Lunch. And you've got a great gift to, it could be a bottle of cold beverage of your choice, or it could be like olive oil.
Oh,
Like
it
now
could
you have
be.
all the oils
Yeah.
that they're getting. And imagine
Or a
that.
couple cans of something. In
That's
there.
right.
I mean,
All sorts of housewarming gifts
Yes,
or
yeah.
hostess gifts. What's
Yes.
it? A hostess gift. When
Yes.
you go to somebody's house at the holidays, you want to, go
Give
with something in
fun.
your hands.
Yeah. In
And-
fact, we just had somebody come in. Side note, side story, because why not?
Yes.
And they bought you and I, Iowa State and Iowa,
Fabrics.
fat quarter of each one of them, and then just a yellow liner, and they're gonna make one of each of them.
Perfect. What a great way. What a great way to make a gift
Yep.
for somebody else. Okay. And then what do we've got over here?
Well, we always like that. I mean, this.
Oh yeah, here's another. Slideshow is a great pattern, and we don't happen to have that one pulled out, but Slideshow, and it calls for fat quarters. So again, a great use of fat quarters in a pattern, and how it goes.
And so, I mean, we've shown Terry Atkinson or Atkinson Design. Her patterns are wonderful for fat quarters. You know, these are all
So I'm gonna
completely based on the fat quarter, needing fat quarters.
And so just to give you an example, so here's how she's calling for 8 fat quarters, 11, 15, 19. And and this one, 12, 20, 42, 56, 82.
Yeah.
So
she does a great job
Yes.
of using the fat quarter thing. But she's not the only designer. So
Nope.
we love our Stripology GE designs. She uses some fat quarter friendly things as well.
and even if hers are squares or strips,
You can
still use fat quarters
Yes.
to get your
Yes.
variety.
And we do that quite a bit.
Yes.
And this one,
Oh, another brand new quilt just
Yeah,
came in today.
just
Should
came
we
in today.
should we
Let's
open
show
it
it.
up? All right, this is the first you've seen this. This is House and Home, and it's called Sweet Caroline. It's
Confetti.
Sweet Confetti. Sorry, I wanted to say. I'm sorry.
sorry, that was
I'm an
not
Iowa
the-
State
that was
fan
not
and
the
wanted to
side
sing
tone
Sweet
that-
Caroline. Oh yeah, wait a minute,
Yeah.
we beat the Hawks. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, and we still love the Hawks. But here is a great, Sweet Confetti. This is out of Sunday Best Quilts, which is a great looking, and this is House and Home. So we have House and Home fat quarter bundles
And a kit.
for that. So some different things. So goodness gracious, fat quarters can't, like I said, they're like candy. We wanna collect them, and they're fun to be able to use. So certainly take advantage of our fat quarter sale through midnight tonight, which is today is Tuesday, September 13th, just to date this particular video, and so that's through midnight tonight. And you can order online and have it shipped. You can order online and have it picked up. So not to worry, we got you
Don't wait
covered.
too long because you don't want
right.
to miss the boat on this.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, until tomorrow.
Yeah, another special tomorrow.
Another
so make
special
sure you're
tomorrow, 10
watching.
o'clock tomorrow morning. The next email will come out with the next special. So until then, everybody, be creative.